I am a 20-something-year-old Swedish-born Chinese gal living in London. I recently started my dream career as a UX designer. Actually, a lot of my friends and family members have no idea what it is. I don't blame them. I didn't really know what a UX designer did only a few years back. But hopefully this video will shed some light on that. Oh yes, the content for this video was filmed way back around Valentine's Day. I got sick and haven't really managed to finish it until now. But hey, better late than never, right? Also, if you want to hear a song my boyfriend downloaded for me, make sure to stay to the end. Good morning, or 早上好 as it's say in Chinese, or god morgon. And yes, this is a legit way of how you say good morning in Sweden.
God morgon.
So while I'm getting ready, let's try to boil down what a UX designer actually do. Let's start with some acronyms. So UX stands for user experience and UI stands for user interface. You often hear them mentioned together because they do overlap. A quote I found on Reddit explained it as UI without UX is like a painter slapping paint onto a canvas without thought. I thought that described the relationship between the two quite well. UI generally focus on the visual side of digital products, how things look in very simplified terms. UX, on the other hand, is more about how things work. And as a UX designer, I focus on stuff like the user journey, which is basically how to bring someone from point A to point B in a friction-free way. And let me tell you, when you are designing for an accounting software company, making things work is much easier said than done. Crossing the London Bridge in the mornings is always such a pain, considering that I'm literally walking against the crowd. However, I do have a strategy for this. I usually find a tall, sturdy person to walk behind. Ideally not a tourist, since they always stop for photos, which I also kind of did today. I'm not sure if I'm overly paranoid. I probably am, but it actually looks like this plane is flying dangerously close to the skyscraper, which happens to be my office, don't you think? Okay, I got an unpopular opinion here. Fridays are the best days to go into the office. Why? Always a seat on the tube, guaranteed desk space, and no one in the gym after work. Yeah, try to convince me otherwise. First thing I do in the mornings is usually going through my emails and catch up on the Teams chat that I missed from the day before, and also do some easy prepping before the first morning stand-up. I'm a huge fan of Notion, by the way, and I've been using this ever since uni. And here you can see my little matcha-themed work organizer. Just a really good place to list down everything I have to do for the different projects I'm working on, some business jargon, accounting terminology, and also Figma shortcuts, which just saves me so much time. And I think perhaps my favorite one is the Command Shift R, which basically replaces an element with what you have copied from before. Yeah, I just think Notion is really great in general, and it just looks very aesthetically pleasing. And also have a tab where I take down notes for my one-to-ones or just general meetings. And it's just a really good place to refer back to later. And I've also been using Microsoft's premium function AI Notes, where I'll record and transcribed meetings can be converted to a bullet point format summary, and it's just so much easier to digest. For those of you who didn't know, I did my master's degree in UX design actually. And I must say that what they teach you at uni and the reality of working in a corporate is wildly different, at least from my experience so far, which to be fair hasn't been very long. My expectations of working as a UX designer were that I would predominantly be involved in research and design, as in mocking up wireframes, testing it with users, to then shipping off a high-fidelity version to developers to build. But in reality, I do so much more than that, and I'm really glad that's the case. So here I've broken down what I do on a day-to-day basis in a cute little pie chart. During lunch, I also went out to get down some of Krispy Kreme's Valentine's Edition donuts. Honestly, choosing the donuts was probably the hardest decision I had to make today. I mean, just look how many options there were. Back in the office, and here I'm probably sitting trying to organize my Figma files a little bit. Honestly, I feel like sometimes we have such short time frame to finish a proposition that I just go completely crazy in the Figma files. I don't use auto layout, I barely name my files or the layers. Everything is just a complete chaos. And here's a sneak peek on a learning dashboard I've been trying to fill in, just in terms of what kind of skills I want to gain during my grad ski. And you can also see that we are blessed with these 5K monitors, which I won't be able to afford anytime soon. Oh wow, it seems like the sound on this clip has disappeared. So I'm just gonna talk over and try to remember what I've said in this video. I think I mentioned something about escaping to a meeting room because one or two people out in the open work area was talking too loudly. And I also mentioned here that I'm preparing for a stand-up and that we usually have around 2 of those per week per project. The aim is to basically keep everyone informed on what has done since the last catch-up and also do some form of knowledge sharing, or in my case, going through the iterations I've done for the different designs. And what I also like to do ahead of these stand-ups is just to go through my notes that I've taken, and that is really helpful just to remind myself why I've done the iterations I've done. Because especially during busier times, we get so many iteration requests and feedback and from different stakeholders. Really good for me at least to know, oh, this is... Having everything written down in one place is so helpful. I think one of the best things of living in London is that you can find these little art pieces almost wherever you go. So this one is right outside my office, and it says here on the sign that a customer service assistant at London Bridge Station has designed this. I mean, how cute is this? After a long day at the office and a lame attempt at a gym session, it's finally time to go home.
Sky, paradise, and you as soft as the ocean tides that are pulling me inside. Every time you smile, whole world slows a while like the golden rays of dawn, baby. You're where my heart belongs. So. Under golden skies, watching ocean tides. Will you hold my hand tonight as we sing love's lullaby?
Oh, heart-shaped there. That's
That one's so ugly. What happened to that one?
You have the eyes of a pink sky paradise, and you're as soft as the ocean tides that are pulling me inside. Every time you smile, whole world slows a while like the golden